Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to unlock Orion nice and quickly in Modern Warfare 2 and the most efficient way to go about getting this camo. Quickly before we do get into today's video, if you are new around, be sure to subscribe to the channel, notifications, turn on to miss any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it, smash thumbs up, and also let me know if you've got any more questions or any more things that you want to talk about in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them as soon as possible for you guys. But let's jump straight into it right now. So in the background, you're just going to see some nuke gameplays that I've got over the last couple of days, and if you see me look into my screen, it's because I've got a list of the things that I want to talk about to you guys and the best way about going and getting Orion, and just making it as easy as possible for you guys and how to get it like the fastest way really. And the first thing I want to talk about is the order that you go about doing your guns in. I see a lot of people going and doing SMGs, ARs and all that sort of stuff, and they're the guns that they're good with, right? So they're getting good KDs, they're getting, you know, they're playing pretty well with these SMGs, these ARs and the better guns that they're good with. They go ahead and get them gold first, and then they get to the worst ones. That is the worst way to do that, and the reason for this is if you start off with the riot shield and the knife, they're some of the harder guns to get done. So whilst you're doing these, you're probably going to die quite a lot. You're probably going to end up getting a lot more deaths than you are kills, which means your skill-based matchmaking is actually going to bring you into easier lobbies, allowing you to get these done a little bit easier. Whereas if you started off with ARs and you got something like a 2KD, and then you try and take your riot shield and your knife into a 2KD lobby, it's going to become ridiculously impossible to do. Not impossible, it's going to be very, very difficult to do. So I like to do it in this order here. I do my riot shield first. That's one of the first ones I get done every single year because it's one of the harder ones to get done, right? The riot shield is really, really annoying to do. The knife is what I do after that. The knife isn't too bad to do. The knife can be pretty easy, but you know, it's still not the easiest thing to do. It can be a bit frustrating, and again, if you're in high KD lobbies, it's going to be harder to go and do. So I do my riot shield, my knife, and then I focus on my launchers. Bear in mind though, you can do your launchers alongside a primary weapon, but I like to just prioritize doing the launchers. I see a lot of people doing like ARs and launchers, SMGs and launchers, which is fine. It just delays the speed that you're going to do your launchers in, because some games you'll forget about them, or you'll be on to be able to actually complete something but you don't realize you're about to complete it. So realistically, what you want to do is just focus on the launchers, get them done, get them out of the way, and they're finished. So what I mean by focus on launchers is go and get all the kills that you need, level them up. Like, don't try and level them up just by shooting streaks and then playing the game. Just level them up by punching people, shooting people, completing objectives and stuff like that with the launcher in your hand. Go and level them up, and then do all the camo challenges for the launcher as you go in. Just go ahead, finish them off. If there's any launchers you're struggling with in particular, there will be a video on my channel, and I'll leave a link in the description to my camo guide playlist. So if there's any particular gun you're struggling with, or a certain challenge that's a bit more struggling for you than it is any of the other challenges, I will leave that in the description so you guys can literally go check out the camo guide playlist, and I should have a video on majority of the camos that you guys are going to struggle with. So once launches are done, I usually move on to my pistols, which then means all of my secondaries are done. Once my pistols are done, all my secondaries are done. I've done the knife, I've done the launchers and the pistols. They're all finished. Now it's all onto primary guns. Pistols are pretty easy. The only annoying one is probably the Magnum, to be honest, because of the way that it shoots. It seems like it's got a bit of a delay, but pistols are normally pretty easy to do. Most people get their pistols done very, very quickly and very rarely struggle with their pistols. After pistols, I move on to things like snipers and marksman rifles. I don't mind the snipers. I'm personally very good with snipers, but I know a lot of you guys might struggle with snipers and single shotguns. So go ahead, do your snipers, your marksman rifles and your battle rifles. They're the ones you want to be focusing on next out of the primaries. Snipers, marksman rifles and battle rifles, because they are a little bit tedious to do sometimes. They can be a little bit frustrating, but the primary weapons overall this year aren't too bad to get camos on. They're pretty simple. Again, the hardest thing is just leveling the guns up, which we'll get into in just a moment. So now that you've done your single shotguns, all you've got left are your shotguns, LMGs, ARs, and SMGs. So obviously you're going to prioritize getting your shotguns done first because they're a little bit more annoying than the others. You're going to go shotguns, LMGs, and then you've got your ARs and SMGs. It doesn't really matter which order you do them to in, because they're both pretty good. You know, you can build them out to be very, very good. And that's the sort of order I would do them in. Just one more time, I'll throw a list up on screen of the order you want to be doing them in. You've got your riot shield, you've got your knife, then you go into launchers, pistols, snipers, marksman rifles, battle rifles. Then you're going to go into your shotguns, LMGs, ARs, and SMGs. They're the last ones you want to be doing. And once again, the reason for this is that the harder guns you use first, your skill-based matchmaking is going to drop because your KD is not going to be that high. So as you start going through and getting these easier lobbies, you're going to start climbing through the guns and getting them gold very, very quickly. And as you're getting them gold, the lobbies that you're in are worse than what they should be. So you're actually going to fly through a lot of these guns very, very quickly until your skill base catches up again, which is definitely the best method about going ahead and doing this, because it's honestly just going to make your life so much easier. So the next thing I do want to talk about in terms of staying on the order just for a moment is getting everything gold before you go and do the other challenges. The reason I've done this is because once everything's gold, you can just then focus on your long shots, your headshots, all of that sort of stuff, your 3-shot 1 kills, whatever it might be. Focus on going ahead and getting everything gold, like all your launchers gold, your knife gold, your right shield gold, all of that sort of stuff. That's how I done it. I personally went and got everything gold and then focused on platinum, polyatomic, and Orion. I just found it easier to be that way because once all your gold challenges are done, you know what you're doing every single game you go into. You're not having to go back out and be like, right, I need this challenge for this gun, but I need this challenge for this gun and this one for this one. Once you're just going for gold, once you know you're needing 3 kills in 1 life of every single gun, you can go ahead and do that. You can change class as soon as you've done that challenge in the game. Go ahead and do that. Then you're going to move on to your platinums, which is long shots. You're going to get long shots of every single gun. Then you're going to get polyatomic, which is headshots of every single gun. Very, very easy to do. It keeps it much, much more simple for you guys, and the other challenges after gold are very easy to do as well. So the next thing I want to touch on is leveling guns up. And again, as it always has been, the best way to level guns up in Modern Warfare 2 is kill confirmed. Throw as many decoy grenades as you can. So what you want to run is the extra tactical perk as well, giving you 3 decoy grenades. Throw those into the middle of the map and do this while shipment's out, especially because it's going to be so much easier. You're going to throw your decoys mid-map. However many people get kills near your decoys, you're going to get decoy assist. You want to be completing objectives like picking up kill confirmed tags, denying tags, all of that sort of stuff, whilst your gun's in your hand, because you're going to get weapon XP for that. And just overall get as many kills and assists as you can. That's honestly the fastest way to level guns up. Very much simplified. Play kill confirmed, throw decoy grenades, collect every single tag that you possibly can, and just get as many kills and assists as you can. It's that simple. That's the easiest way of leveling guns up and the fastest way without having to find any exploits or do any boring methods. That is the fastest way of doing it, and whilst you're leveling them up, you can start completing the camo challenges that you need at the same time. So that's like the order and the fastest way to level things up. In terms of a lot of the challenges and the camo challenges, there's not too many difficult camo challenges in before gold or anything like that. The most annoying ones are like point blank kills. To get these done easily, what you're going to do is you're going to throw stuns at your opponents. It's going to make them turn around, slow down a lot slower. And that just means you can run up next to them, get your point blank kill. If you see someone stood in front of you or not playing or whatever, run up to them, make sure you're getting that point blank. Just get as close to them as you possibly can. Hip firing is the way to do this. So if you're going for point blanks, make sure your gun's got good hip fire accuracy because it's going to make it much, much easier for you guys. And again, like I did mention, any of these challenges like point blanks, the behind the back kills is another annoying one to get. A lot of them are just down to positional play. If you just play it slowly, you let people run past you. If you sit in a little corner, sit behind a door or something, let the people run past you. You just stun them and run up to them. You're going to get your point blank, or you're going to get that kill from behind, whatever it might be. But from what I can remember, those are the only 2 annoying challenges, really. But like I said, if there are any challenges you guys are struggling with, I will link my camo guide playlist in the comments, and you guys can go and find whichever video it is that you're looking for. I've made a lot of videos on a lot of the harder camos to get, like point blanks, behind the backs, and it goes in depth on a lot of them on how to get them done easier. So it's a whole detailed explanation on how you can get these done nice and easily. So I'm not going to go too much into detail in this because I've already got videos made and I can just direct you guys to those videos, which are going to give you all the information that you do need. So now let's say you've done all of your challenges with your gun and you need to now get it gold. What you need to do is get 3 kills in 1 life. This is actually quite annoying to get, I will say. As someone who can drop nukes in game, I actually struggled with this, and I don't know why. Everyone seems to say the same thing. Once you need the 3 kills in 1 life, it becomes the most impossible thing to get. It feels like as soon as you get 2, the entire enemy team's rushing you and it just becomes impossible to get the 3rd kill. But the best tips I have got for you guys is just play it slow. Once you've got like 1 or 2 kills, just really slow down your playstyle. It can be a little bit boring, I know, but if you just slow it down, it's going to make this much, much easier for you guys. You're going to play it slow, just let people come to you and just sort of hold down a certain position. Let those enemies and the kills come to you rather than you chasing them. As soon as you start chasing that last kill, you're going to get beamed in the open. It's just going to happen because you need that 3rd kill. If you didn't need the 3rd kill, you'd probably run around and get a nuke or something like that, but because you need that 3rd kill, as soon as you run out into the open, you're going to get gunned from the left or the right or behind, whatever it might be, and it's just going to become really tedious. So let the people come to you. Another thing that I actually found out the other day is final stand is a very good thing to do for this. I see a lot of people in game like actually getting 2 kills. They get killed, but then because they've got final stand, they manage to get the revive off, get back up and pick up that 3rd kill towards their challenges. And this does count, so if you do get knocked with final stand on your 2nd kill, pick up that 3rd kill. It will count towards your challenges. And like I said on the last one, stuns and positional play are just very, very important. If you got 2 kills and you see someone out in the open, just stun them. Or if you see someone that's about to start shooting at you, stun them. It's going to slow them down. It's going to make it a lot harder for them to kill you. you and make it much, much easier for you to kill them. So stuns are very good. And like I said, positional play, hold down a certain area. Be upstairs in the building like that broken map. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but the map where it's got the broken building in the middle. If you can stay upstairs in there, and you can just then watch both the windows depending which side they're spawning, just hold that area down. You'll be able to pick up your 3 kills pretty easily. And one last thing to remember, guys, if you get a 6 kill streak, it counts as 2. If you get a 9 kill streak, it will count as 3. So these do stack. If you went and got a nuke in game, you would do all 10 challenges within the one game. So you guys can stack these. You don't have to get 3 kills and then die, which I see a lot of people actually doing. They're getting their 3 kills, then killing themselves to go and get another 3 kill streak. You don't need to do this at all, especially if you've got good positional play. I don't know why you'd go and do that. You can stack them. So if you get 6 kills, like I said, that will count as your second one. If you get 9, that will count as your third, etc, etc. So now that you've done all of your gold challenges, what you guys are going to need to do is get long shots. And this one is very, very tedious in this game, I'll be honest. Shoot House made this much easier. So if there is a Shoot House playlist at any point, make sure you're playing Shoot House because it's going to make your life way, way easier. If there's not a Shoot House playlist, the best thing you guys can probably do is go ahead and play Tier 1 because of the fact that it's a lot less health to kill someone. So it's going to take 2 or 3 bullets depending on which gun that you guys are using. And remember, all different guns have different ranges as well for what counts as a long shot. I'll throw that list up on screen right now so you can see the sort of ranges you need to be in within certain guns to get those long shots. And there is an optic, and there's a couple of optics within the game, guys, that actually show you how far away your opponents are. So you can see how far you are looking at. So say, for example, you're sat down the right-hand alley, you're looking down into their spawn or whatever it might be. There will be a number on that optic which is going to show you exactly how far away it is that you are looking at, which then gives you an idea. Okay, so if someone runs into my line of sight there, they're going to be at this distance, which it does count as a long shot. Or you might realize, okay, I'm actually in a position where it doesn't count as a long shot. It's a bit too far away. Things like snipers and marksman rifles and those things are the longer ranges. So yeah, sometimes it can be easy to go into ground war or invasion with something like a sniper rifle because it's just going to give you a lot more range. A lot of the snipers are one shots to the head at very long distances in invasion and ground war. I'd recommend ground war over invasion because the bots in invasion do not count. So if you get like 20 long shots on bots and no real players, none of your long shots are going to count. So if you're in ground war, you're only playing against other players. So every kill that you do get that long shot range is going to count as a long shot. And then the only other real tip that I do have for you guys is, like I said, play Tier 1 and just sit at the back of the map watching down to alleys where you know a lot of people are going to cross over. With that optic on, it's going to show you the distance. It's going to make it much, much easier because you guys are going to know exactly how far away it is you're looking. You can go, right, that's a long shot. Let me sit here, wait for people to run through. Again, it's a boring one to do. You do have to really slow yourself down and play a boring playstyle, but it is what it is. It has to be done to get the camo challenges done. But like I said, if the Shoot House playlist does come back at any point, or Shipment and Shoot House, just go in and get your long shots done in Shoot House and just sit in the middle, mount up on that little board and look down to their one, and it's the easiest way about going and getting it done. It made it much, much faster for me. But like I said, if you don't have Shoot House, just play Tier 1, play an objective game mode like Domination or Hardpoint, sit at the back, watch certain alleyways and pick up your kills there. And then once your platinum challenges are done, the last thing you are going to need to do is go ahead and get all your polyatomic challenges, because once polyatomic is all unlocked, you will unlock Orion. And this is to get headshots. This is very, very easy to do. This is one of the easiest challenges you guys were going to do within this game whatsoever. So what you're going to need to do is go into a game and obviously just make sure you're aiming high. Make sure you're aiming at that headshot distance. If you guys struggle with this and can't seem to hit many headshots, what I recommend you do is go into a private map, set up a lobby full of bot players. It doesn't matter what difficulty it's on, and just get used to aiming for headshots, right? Just make sure every kill you're getting in that bot lobby is against headshots. You're just aiming for the head all the time. Because one thing I've noticed with this game, with how fast the time to kill is, in previous games you could rely on starting shooting at the chest and the recoil taking it up to the head to get the headshot. In this, the time to kill is just too quick. You can't start shooting at the chest and get a headshot. It just doesn't work like that anymore. So you cannot rely on the recoil to take it up to a headshot. If anything, what you want to be doing is shooting above the head and trying to bring it down with your analog or your mouse or whatever to actually hit those headshots. Again, things like snipers, marksman rifles and that are all one-shot headshots, so just make sure you line it up for the headshot. Very easy to do. But any guns like LMGs, SMGs, ARs, any of the like faster fire rate guns, what you're going to want to do is have them built out like SMGs. You want to have good aim down sight speed attachments, good sprint to fire speed attachments, and all sort of things like that, just to make them as fast as they can possibly be, because headshots with the fully auto guns are going to be so much easier when you're up close and personal to enemies, because if you're trying to shoot a headshot from a long distance, it becomes much harder to stay on the head and hit the headshot. Whereas if you're right next to someone, the hitbox on the head's going to be a lot bigger, allowing you to get those kills much, much easier. So you want to sort of run around shipment, shipment. If as long as it's still out at the time of you watching this, run around shipment, just go ahead and get all those headshots as much as you can. Like I said, just aim high, aim for headshots on every single kill that you're getting. Don't start shooting at the chest hoping it's going to bounce up to the head or anything like that. Purely go for headshots. And again, another good way of doing this, if you find anyone that's AFK, make sure you definitely get in the headshot, run right up to them, aim at the head, definitely get the headshot. Use stuns to slow your enemies down. Again, it's a very good way of doing it. It's a bit of a ratty one, but if you can slow your opponents down so they can't shoot you, you can get near them, get a nice easy headshot. It's definitely one of the easiest ways about going to get it done. And for some of the other guns, if you guys are sort of struggling with something like pistols, for example, or whatever it might be, whichever gun you're struggling with, if you just cannot find that you're getting headshots, the pistol's too slow of a fire rate, or whatever it might be, go ahead and go in tier 1. Majority of the guns with a headshot in tier 1 are going to be a one-shot kill. So it's going to be that one shot to the head that's going to get you that kill. So if you're struggling in shipment or whichever game mode you are playing, and you're really, really struggling to get those headshots, go into tier 1, take your guns in there, and go in and get the headshots again. Keep the same tips that I've just told you, and you'd apply in normal game mode. Just go and apply it in tier 1, and you guys should get this done nice and quickly. But yeah, guys, that is the best way of getting Orion and the most efficient way of getting Orion in Modern Warfare 2. So hopefully this video will help you unlock Orion fast in Modern Warfare 2 as well. If it has helped you out, be sure to smash thumbs up. Like I said, if you've got any more questions or anything like that, or any camos you need help with, let me know in the comments below, and I'll sure to make a video on them or reply to your comment as soon as possible. I'll leave my camo guide playlist where I talk about basically every single camo in the game with launchers, LMGs, pistols, all that sort of stuff. Every sort of camo you guys are probably struggling with, I've already made a video on it. It's in the playlist. I will leave it linked in the description so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Hopefully this did help you out though. If it did, like I say, smash thumbs up, subscribe and notifications turned on. I appreciate what's at the end. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one in a bit.